February's total body workout. And what we're going to do in February is that we're going to do 4 exercise circuits done for 2 to 3 rounds or sets of that circuit. Circuit number 1 is going to have a suspension trainer row or pull-up, followed by a suspension trainer squat, and then we're going to use the ropes for some slams and some kettlebell swings to really get the heart rate up. The first exercise is the row. If you have not used the suspension trainer straps, we have about 6 different straps set up. You can pull and do the clip to shorten or lengthen the strap, and it really depends on just how far underneath the strap you're going to go. Basically, you want to make the straps even, which they are not right here, so I'll just make it do it a little bit like this. And what I'm going to do is stand underneath the straps at arm's length and lean back and walk underneath the straps, and then I'll start to bend my knees. I'll get under here, so it's going to be challenging, and I'll pull up, squeeze my shoulders, and let myself down nice and slow. Up, squeeze my shoulders, and down nice and slow. If it's too hard, I can always walk back to a more vertical position, and it becomes easier, okay? Or I can walk underneath it, almost sitting down starting, or sitting down starting, and come under and pull just like this. Now what you want to do is minimize any rocks. So whenever you're using a suspension trainer on rows or these pulls, is that you don't want your hips to be moving. Okay, that makes it easy. You get a little momentum and then you let go and there's no tension on it. So I want you to keep nice and still, and you're going to do 10 to 15. Now if you start doing them, it's going to be too easy. You're going to get to 15. You need to crawl under it, make it harder. I'd rather you make it harder and then walk back in and get those last few reps by making it easier if you need to, okay? So you want a maximum reps on there, so anywhere between 8 to 15 repetitions. If you think you're going to go more than that, just crawl under it, okay? But the way you get into it, again, is you start with straight arms and walk underneath it, and then you start to do your rows. I want you to really engage and pull your shoulder blades back. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, immediately after you do the rows, you're going to do some squat jumps. So you're going to hold these straight out, get down to a squat, a perfect squat, arms straight, and then you're going to jump up as high as you can, land soft, jump up as high as you can, and do it as fast as you can, okay? You're trying to really work your thighs really hard, get your heart rate up. So I want you to do about 10 to 15 squat jumps, maximum, jumping as high as you can, landing right back down, and going right back up. Now, the low impact version would be a squat with maybe a knee raise. So you squat and a knee raise, so I can do a squat and knee raise to make it a low impact version. Most people can do the squat jumps, even if you're just jumping just a little bit. So you would go right from the rows with little to no rest, come back, straighten out, and do your squat jumps or squats, okay? Max out. The goal is to max out and move from one exercise to the next. All right, and then to follow, we're going to do some rope exercises, some rope slams, as I'll show you here in the next clip, and some kettlebell swings. All right, so you just got done with your squat jumps. You did your rows, your squat jumps. You get your ropes. These are called battling ropes. You have them laid out. I get my kettlebell out of the way. We got different here at our club. We got different lengths and different thicknesses. Okay, we're going to do a slam, and what we want to do on a slam is you get up here with a little bit of length, a little bit of slack left into it. If I hold it right here on my waist, it's going to drop straight down from me and touch the floor. I don't want it pulled up tight. Okay, if you get too much slack, it's going to be awkward also. Okay, so get a little slack, put your feet together, you put your shoulder blades back, and what you're going to do is lift these up and then whip them down. Okay, but when you go up, you're going to use the power of your legs and shoulders all in one unit, and when you come down, you're going to use your legs and stomach to really pull down like crunch, okay? Good posture is important, and using the whole body is important. I see a lot of people trying to use their neck and shoulders. Keep your shoulders down, okay? All right, so this is what it's going to look like. I accelerate up, and I hop down. I accelerate up, hop down as hard as I can. So I get it up there, and then my goal is to beat it on the way down fast as you can. A lot of people just do the pull and let it drop, and that's where they get it on their neck. You want a whipping sensation, okay? So let it go up, you'll see the slinky go down, up, and then you slap it down as hard as you can, okay? You want to do about 20 repetitions of these, and you want to max out. Okay, I can go easy and do 20 of them, or I can use my whole body together as one unit and do 20 of them. It's going to use the shoulders, the legs, the core. Immediately following the fourth exercise on our circuit is going to be using a kettlebell. Want to go heavy because you're going to swing. It's important that you get a good posture in the kettlebell. You're going to use your hips to come up. It comes up to about eye level, maybe slightly higher. I'm squatting down and I'm using my core and my hips to thrust it back, okay? Most people do kettlebells wrong again. They're just like the ropes. They're trying to guide it with their arms. And the goal is to use your leg momentum and your hip swing to swing it out. And then you break the fall of the kettlebell by bending your knees simultaneously and tightening up your stomach and midsection and pulling your shoulder blades back, okay? So, and then the kettlebell will swing back and then back and forth. So it'll go right back and forth. So let me show you that again. Side angle view. So you notice, go up and then back down. Okay? Heavy will get your heart rate up, especially after the ropes, the squat jumps, and you're using a lot of strength, building a lot of strength. Your hand strength gets good. This is great for women. It's just overall we call core strength, okay? And your heart rate gets up, and that means your metabolism is going to be accelerated. So we're going to do this 4 exercise circuit: rows, squat jumps, ropes, kettlebell swings, then take your break. Then you're going to repeat that another 1 or 2 more sets after that initial set. Try to make it harder each time, and then take a big rest after that first circuit because you got a second circuit of new exercises coming up next. All right, circuit number 2. Circuit number 2, again, you're going to be using suspension straps, okay? Suspension push-ups, okay? Followed by an exercise called the inchworm, which is a good core exercise, great upper body exercise. Followed by some leg curls using our ball, stability ball, and then we're going to do some ball plank for abdominals and core again. All 4 exercises are going to be repeated without rest, okay? And then once you're done with those 4 exercises, that's 1 set of the circuit. You're going to repeat another 1 or 2 more sets of the circuit, okay? Suspension straps, again, just like I explained in the row, is that the farther you walk in and out will depend on, make it harder or easier. This is pretty easy for me, okay? But what we're going to do is a push-up. And what you do is you get on a plank. You do not want your tail end to be shooting back like that. What you're going to do is bend your elbows and lower your whole body as flat as a board, and then push up. Try to minimize any rock. And just push right here. So just doing a push-up. If it's too easy, and I know I'm going to get 12 repetitions or so, I'm going to lengthen this out so I can walk farther out and make this a harder exercise. So I just lengthen these, make them roughly about the same length, slightly off. Now I can lower down even farther and do my push-up. This makes it harder. If I get where I can only do, you can only do like 4 or 5 repetitions, it gets hard. Walk out a little. Now that makes it easier so you can finish your repetitions and make it harder. But you want to minimize any hip rocking on it. Your body goes down flat, comes back up, nice and still. These are great exercises to go nice and slow. After I finish with that, I'm going to go into my inchworm and to my leg curls, okay? And let me show you the inchworm with a separate video. Okay, the inchworm. I had to pause it and show you the inchworm so we can get down here low. You're going to start in a plank or a high push-up position. Your body's flat. You're going to walk in with your toes, keeping your legs straight till you stretch out the hamstrings, and then out with your hands back to a plank. And if you can go out a little farther with your hands, that even engages your stomach even more. Walk in with your toes using your abdominals and obliques, and then out with the hands again, and repeat. The goal of this exercise is keep your stomach tight, using your toes and your feet to walk in as you're pulling in your stomach. Then you're going to walk out using this shoulder stability. After you do your push-ups in this circuit, this is going to be a tough exercise, especially when you're winded from circuit number 1. Okay, so in and out, you want to walk as far as you can in that inchworm. In and out 1 repetition. If you get 10 inchworms, that would be great. right, you just done your inchworms. You have your ball set up. You got a little place for the ball so it doesn't roll away. Just going to lay down. Might have done this exercise before in prior workouts. Legs over top of the ball. Don't want to get too far away or too far under. I'm going to drive the hips straight up, curl the ball under, and drive my hips up. The key is getting the body flat like this, okay? What a lot of people do is drop those hips down, okay? If you're not strong enough to do that, if your hips are down here, stop right in the center or stop right in the in position and try to drive up, hold it for a second, and then slowly lower it down, okay? But your exercise is this: curl under, slowly let it out, curl under, slowly let it out. If you're really good, you lift the leg, you do one leg at a time. Basically, you keep it in line with the other knee, okay? And that's really tough. I can only do a few of those. So you're going to minimize trying to keep these hips down. They got to push down and lift up, and you will feel a great contraction, a really good contraction right here. So you do your leg curls. Again, you can make them harder or easier by how slow or how fast you can do them. So you want to make them really hard. Again, somewhere anywhere between 8 and 12. Okay, 6 is good on your second or third set. Then next, I want to have you do a ball plank. This is the fourth exercise in our circuit. You start with your body away from the ball. Okay, the middle of your forearm should be somewhere around the middle of the ball. That's where the center of your gravity is going to be. Keep your arms separated. Do not want to start down here because you'll never push yourself back up. I'm going to start with our feet wide for balance. My toes are down, and I'm going to just sit right here, okay? And I'm going to breathe, okay? At first, this is going to be a really tough exercise. I'm going to want you to hold it for about 30 to 45 seconds. What you don't want to do is collapse down here or be like this. I want you to get these arms out right here as far out. The farther out you push them, the harder it is on your stomach. I want you to exhale and think about pulling in the navel and contracting the midsection. Now, if you can do 30 to 45 seconds on a plank, then you're going to start making it harder. You can do plank pulses. So every set you can get a little harder. Pull it in and out. Or put your feet together, which is a little tougher on balance, in and out. And the second or third way that you can make this harder is you can do circles while in the plank, okay? So you can make this exercise harder by doing circles, okay? You can count how many circles. The key is, with all exercises, is to make the exercise, get to a point, make the exercise as hard as possible, somewhere around your desired number of repetitions, and then make it almost impossible, or pretty much impossible. Get to a point where you can't do anymore, and then you try to achieve a couple extra and push through the uncomfortable feeling of being fatigued, and you're telling yourself, oh, this is enough for me. If you can do a couple extra, that's where the results kick in. So all these exercises are meant to take it to your maximum capacity and then try to do better, and always, of course, use good form. So ball plank's the fourth exercise on that second circuit, and I want you to really challenge yourself. Good posture, breathe in, pulling in the navel, and then take a brief rest and repeat. Again, right back to the suspension push-ups, do another set of inchworms, ball leg curls, and right back to this plank. And stick with this for twice a week for the next 30 to 60 days, and maybe add another exercise routine or two in there, and you have a great program.